Hello, my name is Gonzalo Robledo. I am a senior at Fresno State majoring in construction management, and I am projected to graduate in May 2020. This is my scope of work video for CM193I. I was offered my internship at PCL as a field engineer. The project I am currently working on is the LAX Conrack. Conrack is a car rent center owned by Los Angeles World Airports, otherwise known as LAWA. It was awarded to us at the price of over $1 billion. This is one of the largest projects PCL was ever awarded. The actual start of the job is on August 1st, 2019, and the estimated time of completion is on June 26th, 2023. This is also a design-build project. Because of this, we have a partnership with LAWA, where PCL are the partial owners of the project. The actual term behind this is P3 Design Build Finance Maintain. Scope of work. As PCL, our role in this project is Design Build General Contractor. Because this is a design build project, we work directly with the designer. The designer is PGAL. As the general contractor, we sub out other subcontractors to perform work as we oversee the project as a whole. This project requires a lot of use of concrete, which is the only work that PCL self-performs. For the fact that we require so much concrete, we will have a concrete lab on the site for testing. Means and methods. The actual start of the project isn't until August 1st, which is when LAWA will turn over the whole site to us. This is called Notice to Proceed 2, otherwise known as NTP2. Our means and methods leading up to NTP2 is mostly office work and meetings. We coordinate with the city to obtain signage, tree, soil, sewer, and many other permits, inspections of the CMO trailers. We also call meetings with LAWA just to give them updates on how the project is coming along and ensure we are on track for NTP2. We have meetings with all the subcontractors to coordinate the correct type of work that we require. As of now, the majority of the work is setting up the trailers, temporary power of the CMO, sewer and potable water, digging and trenching, compacting and paving, furniture and furnishing, and demolition of existing buildings. There is also some work that involves testing, like cone penetration, drilling, and percolation tests to see the strength of and type of soil we will be working on. We also have weekly company meetings, but these turned into monthly meetings because our team has gone that big. In these meetings, we go over our progress in regards to safety, PMO to CMO move-in, quality, staff responsibility, team building events, early works, schedule, risks, issues, document control, design updates, project objectives, labor compliance, and any other lessons learned. Common materials. When it comes to the LAX project as a whole, there will be many different types of materials used on the project. The primary material that we will be using is concrete. Like I stated before, the use of concrete will be so high that we will have an actual concrete testing lab on the site to be more time efficient. For the meantime, during NTP1, the primary material used is soil. After the demolition, the location of the CMO trailers was completely compacted, and there are some locations with some pavement. As you see on the top photo, this is the post-demolition with the exception of some trees. This was the first week of my internship during the first week of June. And on the bottom picture, this is the project site after the compaction of the soil. Equipment. Conrack will be using a number of different equipment as well. In our meetings, the most critical planning for any type of equipment is our cranes. We have had meetings that just speak about planning for the cranes. The erection of the crane is set for October 2019, and a few other cranes for another scope in February and September of 2020. Currently, The majority of the equipment we have used for the CMO build-out has been for demolition, compaction, and paving work such as hydraulic excavators, backhoe loaders, articulated trucks, water trucks, and compaction rollers. Work completed. These following examples are pictures that I personally took of our work that has been completed during the NTP1 phase of our CMO build-out. Here on the left side, you can see some trenching, and you can see some of the conduit lines that are running underneath. This is to get our electricity onto the CMO site. You cannot see in this picture, but in some of those trenchings, there are also some water lines and sewer lines. In this picture, you can see the water truck doing a water pass over the compaction of the soil that we did. The reason they put water onto the soil before they compact it is to be able to compact it as much as possible to ensure its strength. And this picture is whenever we were finished with the compaction. And then on the right picture is when all the trailers were set up. Here on the left picture is the post-compaction for our parking lot. And on the right side is what our parking lot currently looks like. All we need to do is just paint the lines and it should be good to go. Estimating. Although I was hired on as a field engineer intern, I was given the opportunity to do a little estimating. I was taught how to use on-screen takeoff. On this program, I was taking square footages and linear footages of rebar and concrete. But an overall estimate of the project would vary depending on the specific trade and scope of work. Whether it's mechanical, electrical, plumbing, scopes are different from the use of different methods to create a bid. Schedule. We have a senior level scheduler in our PMO office. I have not worked with him, but I have seen some of his work. The program he uses is Microsoft Projects. At our meetings, he gives updates on a very broad spectrum. For example, like major milestones and events that will impact the project in a large way. But out on the site, the superintendent has a 3-week look-ahead schedule where he goes in detail what work will be done on what day and who will perform that specific work. For this, he uses a simple spreadsheet on Excel and he updates it every week. He then sends it out to the whole team. That way we are informed as to what's going on out on the site. Safety. For the Conrad project, we offer 3 different types of safety orientations. Visit orientations are for those who are visiting for a site tour or just there for a few hours. 2-day orientations are for those who are working on the job, but for a short amount of time. These will not last longer than 2 days. The last orientation we offer is a permanent job orientation. This is the longer orientation that lasts for up to 2 hours. In this orientation, we go over a packet and a video that explains everything about safety, what certain objects symbolize on the site, and what to do in case of emergency, critical locations on the job site. You are then given a sticker on your hard hat and an ID number. You are then supervised for the next 30 days. After the 30 days, you are given another long orientation. When it comes to the actual site, after everyone has received proper safety orientation at the PMO, every morning there is a safety meeting with the superintendent and all the subcontractors. The subcontractors fill out is what is known as a pre-job safety inspection, otherwise known as a PSI. This is where all subcontractors fill out their scopes of works and any hazards they may have. At the end of the day, we collect the PSIs and we may or may not perform self-audits on the PSIs. This is to ensure that we know the potential hazards that subcontractors may deal with. This also serves as a daily record and liability information if injuries do occur. Quality. To ensure the quality of the work at the end of the day, we take progress photos and upload them on our intranet. When the subcontractor is completely finished with their scope of work, we create a punch list of the work. This is where we walk around and observe every little detail of the work per plan. We tag the plan and take photos of any discrepancies. We formulate a PDF using Bluebeam and put the photos and any comments we have on the PDF. We then send this over to the subcontractor. We also physically tag the work with blue tape so when they do go back to fix the issues, they know exactly where it is.